Choose happy. Get the Nozzle Double Jalapeno Chicken Meal from $39.90.
Our fuel goes in mummy cars and yummy cars. It goes in cars that carry people and in cars that carry cars that carry cars. So no matter what you drive, ride or fly, we have the right fuel for you. Choose Astron Energy Core-Tech fuel for your drive today. 4-in-1 technology in every drop for every engine. With over 854 quarts in the next few years, we are South Africa's next biggest fuel brand. Welcome to Astron Energy.
Have you ever been in the mood to peruse a little World Wide Web? Then that puts you in the mood to peruse the whole wide World Wide Web. Then all that perusal sparks your imagination, which puts you in the mood to shop everything under the sun and the moon, all whilst sitting on Uranus. Then all that shopping while you're on Uranus puts you in the mood for more, which puts you in the mood to peruse a little World Wide Web. If you've ever felt like that, then someone's in a macro mode.
Playboy, the power of attraction.
There's a lot that goes into a Toyota Vitz. So to fit it all into just 30 seconds, I'd ask for a little help.
Fix my Vitz, yashisa! Beginning 100 kilometers, go 4.4 liters. Type screen, get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Big boot, pack distance control, 6 colors. Yay! ABS, EBD, VSC, HSC, normal airbags. Achoo!
Now that's a score.
Manje the camera ngemuva, i-alarm yamabhande, kanti ne-automatic ungayithola uma uyifuna. Toyota Vitz, even more Vitz, less man.
Mamelodi Sundowns to Makesi No. The final game that Mamelodi Sundowns will be playing in the Betway Premiership for 24-25. They say goodbye to domestic matters with the title and indeed that trophy which we had to wait for such a long time, but it's finally here. Donna, let me start with you. Your thoughts on that wonderful work done by Nelson Magam?
It is a beautiful trophy. Of course, it's the first time seeing it, so we haven't really maybe accustomed to it. But of course, it's been a long time coming. There's a lot of questions regarding us today. When are we going to see the trophy? I mean, it's been happening. For the fact that it was revealed here, when it's Sundowns in the last game for them to win the trophy, I think it is a beautiful trophy. Of course, there is a talking point, which we'll be engaging with throughout the week. But nonetheless, when Sundowns again, being the champion, crowned the champion again with the victory tonight, rather, I think it was important.
One thing that stood out as far as Coach Cardoso is concerned, particularly with the post-match interview I had with him. He says that he had asked his team to be as professional as possible in playing their last game, despite the fact that they really wrapped up the league. And I feel he did see exactly that today.
And it's so important because you can't rest on your laurels. You can't have an underclass performance, especially in a week's time when you're going to be tested at a different level. The PSL and the Betway Premiership is this level, Keko. You know better than anybody. If you play Champions League, it comes down to minute details, and if you're not switched on consistently, if you are not playing at an intensity that's going to require you to be at next week, it becomes a problem. And I'm sure the coach would have been lambasting and highlighting that, and that's exactly what we've seen and witnessed from Mamelodi Sundowns. Very patient in the build-up. What I love about them, Keko, is that when you get to the third, the attacking third, there's a change of pace, there's a movement that's understanding, there's cohesion. Nothing is by luck, nothing is off the cuff. It is all premeditated, and that is why they see themselves as champions this evening.
Yeah, and also it helps as well when you have such
quality players, and also you can see the freedom of movement that they've been given to the players up front to be able to make those interchanges. Because now you're playing against a team that has a block. For you to remove that block, you need to have those type of movements. And as well, that you can see also with the synergy within the front four, the front three, it's been coming and it's been happening within the league itself. It helps that you have so many goal scorers and also that brotherhood that the team has. Regardless of who becomes the top goal scorer of the season. But it's just that understanding that the team comes first, and it's important what Coach Cardozo said, speaking about the professionalism that is needed on this game. Because you need to have good habits all the time. Every game needs to be played like it is a final, and that's exactly what Ramsana has shown.
Yeah, what we are having a look at is the fact that all three of Sundowns' top scorers this season in the league had chances today, and that, again, that's just a signal of how good they are in that attacking threat, but they don't come better than this man.
And you know, Lazi, you have to defend as well as you attack. And that brings me to what Grant Bissett said in commentary, is that they have not conceded from a set play the entire season. You know, and that shows that you have a set play coach, and that is coming to the fruition to see the quality of defensively. And today, just look at the free kick that they scored. That is work done from the set play coach, and that is starting to pay them back, you know. So it is not only the players, it is not only the head coach, it's everybody that comes together, and you have this winning formula, and it's a machine that currently seems very unstoppable.
Speaking of a machine that is unstoppable, as you see the final numbers of the game, that shot on target has to be highlighted because it came right at the death of the game for the majority of the game. Marquez, he didn't really show himself to be an attacking force, and I guess the question then has to be, were they not allowed to be an attacking force today, or do you just feel as if they didn't come here thinking they can win?
I think they came here, thinking that, the longer the game goes, maybe they do stand a chance. But within that itself, you need to still create opportunities. And the whole first half of the chase is shared. So in the second half, with all those type of changes, you could see them stringing a little bit of passes going up front. But you can't do that in the second half. You have to start the game like that. But also, maybe it's unfair as well to ask so much from against whatever Mamelodi Sundowns, with the quality that they have as well, coming back from home without losing a game.
At 73 points, matching last season from a Sundowns perspective. However, we have to highlight that it happened in less games. Yet again, record-breaking Mamelodi Sundowns from start to finish.
In 28 games, that is just astounding. And just look at Magesi there, still looking for that 1 point, which mathematically will give them safety. But at the same time, we just once again to mention what Sundowns has done. Those goals, the goal difference, the patient build-ups, the patience when winning, when they go forward in a game, when they score the first goal. Like, that experience that you use on the continent is brought to the Betway Premiership, and I think that is why they find themselves 8 times in a row. I actually have to pinch myself every time I say this. 8 times in a row. Champions.
And we have to also highlight that, if we remember correctly, they were the last to win the ABSA Premiership, they were the only team to win the DSTV Premiership, and they start the Betway Premiership with the title.
Yeah, and as much as those as well, we can see and speak of the dominance of Mamelodi Sundowns, but at times, because you have so many quality players within the team, you forget that there's a lot of hard work that needs to go into it for you to stay consistent and stay dominant. And with every coach that has been within the team itself, all of them have won the trophy, all of them have won the league. So there is pressure on the Sundowns coaches, technical team, the players as well, to keep going and to try and reach a new height. And for them to actually do it, pose the expectation again for next season to actually, are they capable of doing it again? And I think that's the conversation that always is happening within the Sundowns structure as well. But to be able to be dominant within the space, I mean, it's a remarkable 8 times in a row. I mean, it's remarkable, especially in the South African shows.
It really is absolutely remarkable for Mamelodi Sundowns, champions of the Betway Premiership. And again, as a prize, they got to lift the very first Betway Premiership trophy. Here's Nelson Magamo, the designer, explaining from start to finish exactly how it is that he brought us this masterpiece.
Where's the trophy? How far is the trophy? What's going on with the trophy? So it became a common question from people, whether or whatever, to be whether you don't know. Wanting to achieve something unique, but also something that is us, we are quite a collective country. I think that was the thinking behind, creating something that would reflect and show who we are. There's a tree, and that tree symbolizes South Africa. That's the first thing that we incorporated that is outside football. The tree define the roots, how the league started. I looked at celebration in soccer, and I thought the trophy is victory, the celebration. I wanted to capture that because I think any team you win champion, it brings the spirit of celebration. Coach, there's a lot of players that their fathers or their grandfathers never really minded. We have a lot of things in South Africa that we can use as a symbol of who we are. The trophy is one of many things that is there to inspire to the current and the future soccer stars that now you have something to play